Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's episode on a question and answer session. It has been awesome. It has been awesome. It has been awesome. And God has been faithful because of the positive reviews we have been getting. Last week we had our guest here, Dr. Shola, and my beloved husband, Winika Ihoro. They were here to give us answers to disturbing questions as it concerns children with questionable character, how to parent them without emotionally abusing them, and also children that have slow development, how to parent them without hurting their feelings and also without getting too overwhelmed. And we actually got positive answers. The review was beautiful because everyone that's watched that video and people that had disturbing issues gave positive feedback. I want to say thank you to everyone that has been joining, and I want to say thank you to our 16K followers. I want to say thank you. God bless you. Please share this video, as our YouTube link will also be dropping after this program. Just to please subscribe to our YouTube channels, because we are going to be dropping videos, a lot of videos that will not be on Facebook, but it will be on our YouTube channel. Please just follow. Oh, sorry about that. Poor network, and we are going to continue. We're going to do a little review on what we got last week. You know, I was supposed to speak also last week, but because of the time, the time was actually not on our side, as the event went on. We just had to continue today. So last week we were taught that children with questionable characters can actually be corrected, and instead of abusing them emotionally, what you do is know the source of the problem, become very close to such child, and so that you can relate properly to the child, you need to know the source, and it will make it easy for the repair. Yes, because such children need repair. You have children that lie, you have children that steal, you have children that, you know, at every point they are just deceptive, and you're tired. You don't even know how to go about things. But one thing is sure, you need to understand who or what is behind this attitude, which is the source, and that source will make you know the proper repair. And we are also taught that we need to realize that mistakes, yes, we are not perfect. So the kind of perfection we are seeking for our children is a type that we actually, you know, make them exhibit fear in relating with us, because when they make mistakes, we make it look like they are not supposed to. They are not supposed to make mistakes. Yes. But we were taught last week that they need to make these mistakes so that they can be corrected. It makes you know who your children really, who they really are, and how to parent them. And we're also taught that parenting a child, you don't need to be judgmental. Yes, you don't need to be judgmental. You need to understand that your children, need you more than you condemning them. They just need that embrace from you. And with children with slow development, we're taught that, one, we need to be patient. Dr. Shola taught us so many things. I actually related with her situation, because wow, it takes a patient mother to go through that episode with her child. So one thing you need to know is that life of the life of a parenting mother or a parenting father needs patience. And we're also taught that, yes, when overwhelming situation comes, you don't need to show it. Nobody teaches you to love. She taught us that that love is natural. Nobody teaches one to love, and that the love of God creates an atmosphere for for you to go through the process. And above all, she said something. She said, we should what? We should seek the face of God. We should inquire from God. So inquire from God about your child, and it will teach you all you need to know and all you need to do. Now, today, we are going to be, talking about how to stop some attitude that we parents put in. Yes, those are part of our questions. Somebody asked, say, how can I stop yelling at my children? Because she had learned from, the emotional abuse by parent episodes, that yelling at the children all the time is emotionally abusing that child. So, and the parent further went and said that sometimes when she yells at her children, she sees them withdraw from her, and she's confused. Well, that's the part I was going to talk on last week. So one thing we need to understand is majority of us parents grew up being yelled at. So this has actually transferred to us, and we are transferring it to our children. Now we are saying that part of parenting as though this is how it's supposed to be. Meanwhile, it is not how it should be. It is not how it should be. Yes, I'm using myself practically as an example. My mom is on this platform and she's watching me, and she knows that I am not lying. And besides, I'm not saying this to, poke her, but the truth is, I grew up with a yelling mom. Yes, and a part of me grabbed that. So, growing up, I have always seen that if you don't shout at the top of your voice, there are certain things that you were instructed to do that you will not do. But when you hear your name like, Laomi, you will quickly respond. You understand? So that was how I saw it to be. But sometimes parents differ. My dad is the type that doesn't talk too much. But once it comes at you for once, you will understand that you need to readjust, and you will have a brain reset. If you are the type that he has been giving caution, yes, my dad is the type that he'll keep warning you, and the day he pounds on you, oh, you would actually know that you've been wrong all the while. But my mom is different. My mom tackles your mistake immediately, with any measure she can. Yes, my mom will talk. As she's talking, she's beating you. She's that kind of a mother. And I appreciate her. Because when I had to start learning some things and disconnecting, I called my mom. And I said, Mommy, I'm learning some things, and, I just had to change to activate the positive part of parenting. And she told me something. She was like, do you know I am also telling people that you cannot use the method we we use on the children to also pass on to the next generation. I said, wow, mom. She said, yeah. And I started laughing. I said, okay, why didn't you know all this before now? She said, you know, learning. We can never stop learning. And that's why we are here. So if you're a yelling mother, be prepared to learn. Be prepared to learn. Be prepared to learn. I was listening to my husband this evening and he was telling me a lot about emotions. And I expressed myself in certain areas to him. And, you know, he actually encouraged me. And I learned a lot from all it was teaching me today about emotions. So, dear mothers, this brings me to that which we are discussing, how to stop yelling as a mom. So because this has been transferred to us, yelling from our parents, we also are transferring it. Some children are lucky. They are not from that home that, you know, maybe mom and dad shout. Some of them will not even talk. But we that are from that side, we know. And that's why we had to correct some things. Yeah. So, and now, because we assume that shouting is the quickest way a child understands or follow instruction, we shout. Sometimes we blame our kids for making us yell at them. But the truth be told, you need to check yourself as a parent. There is a part of you that needs a check. So check yourself as a parent. Check yourself as a parent. That's our point one. Check yourself as a parent. So are you transferring that parenting method that you have learned to your children? Check yourself. Are you also emotionally abused? Check yourself. Check yourself. So we don't need to blame our children for anything. So number one, on how to stop these yelling habits, take responsibilities for your emotions. I repeat, daddy, mommy, take responsibilities for your emotions. You need to be responsible for your emotions. Your child is not the reason why you're screaming, beating, shouting, or yelling. One thing you need to know is that when you can control your emotions, then you're good to go. Yes. When you can control your emotions, you're okay, you're better. So your first check is take responsibilities for your emotion. If you cannot control your emotions, you will end up destroying your children and not help them deal with life. Yes. How will you be shouting and you say, it is because of you? You did that. I said you should not do that. And now you're making me shout. Imagine. You keep blaming your children for your own actions. So you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to work on yourself. You need to be prepared to put yourself together. Yes, put yourself together. Now, some persons will say, that's the Nigerian mom way. Man, not in this generation. Not in this generation. They are more smarter in this generation. This is a computer age that everything is on the social media. So, if you're doing it wrong, and you know, children of these days, they now compete with themselves. Even to traveling is a competition. Oh, I've traveled to so country. I've not done this. I've not done that. And okay, oh, your mommy did this. Your daddy did. Oh, this is how we do it in our house and all that. And you see the children, we want to come back home with that mindset because what you don't put in place at home, the children gets it wrong. Going out there, they learn a lot. Don't think you're 2 years old is still a baby in this generation. It's not true. A 1-year-old child is now talking. A 1-year-old child can hold the father or mother's phone and locate where video game is. A 1-year-old child can hold the phone and play his or her game from YouTube. So don't think that this generation is that type. Now, we're in a generation where you tell your children some things and they will ask you why. In our own time, how dare you now? Your mom is saying, but you know you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, why? No, mommy, why? No, I just need to know. Why? All the whys you will answer. But in our own time, you first receive slap before they will even tell you anything. So everything has changed. Everything is changing. And I pray that God helps us. So in one of our, I was going through a session online, and I saw on Wendy Alonge's wall one of her quotes, and she said, when you manage your child's behavior instead of your emotion, what you're saying is that you are out of control but needs your child to change for you to feel better. I repeat, Wendy Alonge said, when you manage your child's behavior instead of your emotion, what you're saying is that you are out of control but needs your children to change for you to feel better. So it is your child's character that is a measure to your own betterment, which is wrong. So you need to check yourself, watch yourself, make sure that you are emotionally stable, you're emotionally sound, and you are not, in any means taking excuses for your own misbehavior. Yes. Now using your your children's attitude and behavior as a measure to take excuse. Oh, that child is too stubborn. Oh, you don't know that boy. He's just so hyperactive, and that is why I. So if you keep saying that, you'll be giving excuses for your emotions. So you need to check yourself. Mothers, please don't be too proud. Fathers, yes, don't be too proud to take responsibilities for your emotions. Please take responsibilities for your emotions. I am still a work in progress. Yes, we mean still a work in progress. And I'm thanking God that so far, so good. So far, so good. I've gotten to a point whereby, I can understand some things and put them together. And why are we doing this? We are doing this so that parents can adjust. Parents can actually, not lost their children. Yes, don't lose your children. You might not lose them physically, but emotionally you will lose them. We hear of children that will just say, okay, let me just wait. After my university, they will not even see my back. Once I am serving, I've rented house. Or once I just entered university, even holiday, I will not come back home. Man, your home should be your children's comfort zone. You should be able to run back home. So check yourself. What are you doing that is making your children run away from you? So check yourself. Check your emotions. Are you battering your children? Or you are making them comfortable around you? And our second point is identify the reasons for your actions. Yes, identify the reasons for your actions. Are you having a hard time? Are your activities choking you? Yes, you have lots of activities. Yes, we used to say we mothers are multitask. Our fathers also, their job is time-taking. So now, are you facing a hard time? Are you depressed? Are you oppressed? Are you transferring aggression to your children? And all these things are just coming up because you've not really identified the reasons for your actions. You're a yelling father, you're a yelling mother. You need to identify these reasons for your actions. You need to tackle the issue. Only if you find out what it is, then you will be better. You need to find out what the reason is. Why am I doing this? If you have not gotten to that point, then that means you're not even prepared for repair. If you have not gotten to that point where you will just... So, I used to tell myself something. I said, okay, this week, I am going to evaluate myself. I am going to do this. I'm going to do that. So that check has actually been helping me. There was even a time I drew a 30 days timetable for myself. Yes. Like from 1st of the month to the last day of the month, I will not shout. I will not... But will I tell you that I failed at some point? Yes, I did fail. Yes, I did fail. Oh, there was even a month that it never worked at all. It never worked at all. From the beginning, I was like, oh, God, help me. At a point, I was even saying I was going to tie my teeth. Like, I don't want to shout. So I was going to tie some part of my teeth. I was going to go to the dentist so that I would just be, close my teeth and I will not talk. I will not talk. I don't want to shout. So in case I shout, it will be painful because you can't open your mouth so wide. I did not do it too because I was actually afraid of pain also. So I couldn't do it. But the month I succeeded, I was happy. So put yourself on check. Put yourself on check. You can actually identify the reasons for your actions. Are you going through a very, very bad time? Are you going through a time? Are you going through depression? Are you oppressed in your place of work? Now, your kids have not done anything wrong to you. Your boss will shout at you at the office. You come back home to transfer it on your children. Or, you had a bad time at the market. You'll now come back home and you pour all on your children. Your home should be a comfort zone. You should be back and your children should look at you and say, oh, Mom, you're not smiling. What's the issue? See, I'm loving myself this period. I'm saying it. I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself because it is not as usual. Before now, my children could not understand, why I'm in a mood and why I'm out. When I'm out of a mood, it's my being silent is actually an issue to them. Also, they were all like, no, avoid mommy. She's not talking. Man, the day I heard that word, I felt so bad. I was like, wow, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, avoid mommy. This one, she's quiet. So I had to start talking to myself. At what point am I doing it? And please, also ask your children. Ask your children. Please, can you tell me some of my actions that puts you off? I bet you they will tell you 20 things within 5 minutes. Don't judge them. Don't shout at them. Don't feel bad. That's the only way you can repair. That's the only way you can identify what really the problem is. So you need to identify that. And our third point is always have some second to rethink. Yes, always have some second to rethink. Now, when you are tempted to yield, just take caution. You might have opened your mouth to suck it back. Yes, take it back because you want to repair and you need to help yourself. I actually beat my children's imagination during the process of my repair. I actually did. That sometimes they'll do some things and they would have concluded that when mommy will come, the way she will shout at you, I'm feeling for you. You hear what, like, I'm feeling for you in advance. Oh my God. Am I that bad? But they just realized that, oh, mommy did not talk. And calmly, I was just like, oh, why do you have to do this? But you know it's wrong. And you will quickly hear, I'm sorry, mom. Unlike when they will now be hiding at the corner, like when you're talking to them, they don't want to show you their face because they know that it's going to be a shout. You know? Now, they can come like, mom, I'm sorry. That's apologizing in advance. I'm sorry, I did this. Now reporting themselves, you know, because they know mommy has taken a different measure. And it's better because when they don't know the action that is going to come, they become more responsible. Yes, they do. They do. Don't overreact. Just take caution. Be conscious not to overreact. Be conscious not to overreact. Just take some points. I keep saying it. I learned a lot of things from my husband. Yes. Me, I saw parenting as they talk, they beat. Yes, that's the way I saw parenting. Because that's the way I was brought up. Yes. So, and growing up, I used to be afraid of cane as in beating me. But unfortunately, I don't know how it happens, but unfortunately, I actually fall into that category of, you know, a week must not pass for cane not to touch me. Just like that, in as much as I was afraid of cane. And then I used to say to myself, I don't think I will flog my children. I said that. The day I beat my first child, I beat her, and when I was done, I went to my room to cry. See, but I said I will not beat my children. So what's happening to me? What's happening to me? Many of you are still in that category. Yes. You have said, oh, I will not do this to my children because it was done to me and I don't like it. So please go back to your timetable. Go back to that, your diary, where you wrote those things out. Please go back to it. And let's start working with it. Yes. I had to start rethinking and writing down. These are the things that happened to me that I vowed that will not happen to my children. Just like that. Please go back. There are better ways to correct children. There are better ways. So always have some second to rethink. You know, sometimes you hear around the house, and you know, I don't know if it happens in other homes. When the children are playing some kind of play that you've said, it's okay, somebody will soon cry. You understand that kind of play. When they are playing that play, you don't hear any complaint. But give it another 15 minutes. When that cry comes, and you know, in Nigerian mom, we pick her cane and flog at that particular time. Yes, I've done it like severally before now. But I just realized that if it was my husband, he will not flog. And I started watching him. And I started watching the way the children were relating with him. I was like, wow, there's something to learn from this. It's not competition. It's just for you to correct yourself. What are you doing that is wrong, that the man is not doing, that is making the children, you know, to align? But that doesn't mean when my children are wrong, they go scot-free. No, from both sides, we put our measure of discipline together and we discipline them the same time and equally. So if they've done anything wrong and my husband has addressed it, it lets me know. But it will not stop me from talking to them and correcting them, making them understand that that action was wrong and they apologize for it and take measures not to do that again. So, always have a rethink. You need to understand that your everyday action is making a thought in your child's head. Yes. Your everyday action is making a thought in your child's head. Do you know there was a point my first girl was thinking that I don't like her. Me like this, that is full of plenty love. And the day I heard it from her mouth, I don't even know what I did. Maybe I knelt down to apologize to her. I don't even know what I did because I knew I was broken instantly. Like, I don't know if I think at the point I was disappointed in myself. Like, oh, Bobs, with all this love and care I'm showing you, inside of it, you're still seeing that I don't like you. And I was like, what's happening here? That day, my husband had to take me to a very calm area and was talking to me like, no, don't feel the way you're feeling. Thank God that she spoke out. If she hasn't spoken, if she had hidden that, how will you feel when she starts reacting? Maybe at 20 years. But it was good that she was that tender, I think 5 or 6 years old. And you're being able to change. And do you know why she said that? She said, I think you don't like me because you make me take responsibilities for my sister's actions. Why can't they be punished for their own action? But I'll always hear, you are the senior. You are the older one. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to. I just feel my daughter she wasn't up to 6 years, you know. She's big. She's on the big side. So saying this might not be nice in some person's head, or like, a 5-year-old child. My own 5 years old is like 8 years old. And her brain is that way. So she's 10 years old now. And I'm not, as in, she doesn't think like a 10-year-old child. She thinks ahead. And so I had to. And my husband had to ask me, are there things that you're bothered about? And that was where I got that word. Before you take any action, take some second to rethink. Have a rethink. Have a rethink. When you want to pull the action, just draw back. It will help you. Because everything you do is talking in their head. Everything you say is talking in their head. So if you tell your child you're stupid, the child in the next 2 years will say, oh, maybe I'm stupid now. That's something you said some years back. Excuse me. So you need to work on it. You need to. Yes. Your children will blame you later for any reaction that comes out of them. So please, don't pass the wrong training to the next generation. Correct yourself. You are due for repair if you're still in this category of parents that I've mentioned. I didn't go far. I used myself as an instance. There are things I have done and to the glory of God worked on. How can I be a very nice person? How can I be this loving, very caring? Anybody that knows me know me well. That when it comes to my children, man, I don't joke with them. And inside of all this, because I yelled, because I was taking the wrong measures to my daughter taking responsibility of the younger ones, I was doing it in a way that was affecting her emotion. And she had to speak out. How did she speak out? I said it once on this platform that every year we usually have time for family reunion, gathering, and lots more. That's where we ask our children What's the daddy and mommy do this year that you feel they are not right, they need to be corrected? We started early. I think our children, my first child was 3 years old. You know, she's very expressive, so we could actually relate with her. So we started early doing that, and they told me where I need to work on, and that was where my daughter told me that it was during a vacation. That vacation was not sweet for me again, no, because I had to. It pained me, man. It pained me like my own child. Am I doing this? These are the things that I would see it wrong. So I had to start looking for a way and a measure. I had to read. Yes, I had to read. So for people that are tired of reading, please don't stop reading. There are so many things that you can change by learning. Now, the fourth point is always make your children take responsibilities for their actions. Yes. Yes, I am proud to say it. I learned that from my husband too. You know, I used to beat my children. Yes, I beat them. It's just, when did I stop beating self? I think some 2 years back. Not like I don't used to beat them again, but when did I stop beating? Like, that kind of boost kind of beating. And I stopped it because there was a day I was at home and my 3 girls did something that was very annoying, you know, and their dad was not happy with them. And he flogged them. Yes, that was the first time I would see him flog. And the flogging was not serious, so because if it was me, I would not even take it calm the way I was taking it calm. And he flogged them. And he said, "Do you know why I flogged you?" And they all said, "Yes, because we did this, we did that." My sisters and brothers. That day, I was like, wow. And when they left, after talking to them and they promised not to do that again, what I heard was, in my spirit, like, oh, is this what Weneka is doing different that I'm not doing? So Weneka flogged these children now, and now they accepted that, you know, they did this and did that. Okay, I started borrowing that from him. So now, I don't flog because I'm taking another measure of discipline for my children. Yes. I'm taking another measure of discipline for them. And I am happy that they take responsibilities for their actions, for their wrong, for their misbehavior. They do. They do. And it's very pleasant to know it makes you, the parent, not wicked to them. Yes, because they see some of your actions as wickedness. I have counseled so many children, and they will open their mouth to say, my father is wicked, my mother is wicked. And what happened? Why is your father wicked? Why is your mother wicked? Because of their own wrong, or because of their own action. So mothers, fathers, please, let your children be responsible for their actions. It will help you. Yes. And let them apologize when necessary. Let them promise to desist from such actions. And let them own up to their mistakes and errors. Let them do. And number 5, the last on this. You need to carry your children along. Explain to them how you feel. Be vulnerable sometimes. Yes, be vulnerable sometimes. It is easy for them to relate when you're vulnerable. There was once I was expressing myself to my kids and I was crying. And I realized that they were also crying alongside. And one was rubbing my back. The other one was cleaning my face. Mom, sorry, we will not make you cry again. That's what I heard. And I wanted to laugh. I said, no, if I laugh, I've messed up. I did not laugh. And, it was funny when I heard, Mom, please, we will not make you cry again. And sincerely, it worked. Yes, it worked. I cried. It did not make me less. It did not stop me from being their mother. It will not even make you feel stupid. The truth is, it makes them understand emotions. That is where you know a child of yours that, understand your emotion as a parent. So you need to carry them along. You need to explain to them, you're back from work, you feel tired, please talk. Don't give attitude. Oh, I'm tired. Something happened today. The traffic was this. Let them flow alongside. Let them understand how it feels and the pains you're going through. Yes. Apologize when necessary. Parents, please apologize to your children. Sometimes, when growing up, our parents, they know that we are human, for God's sake, as children. They know that, oh, this thing has offended you. It has hurt you. And you see the child is not eating. You hear words like, you don't want to eat, Abi. You don't want to eat. Okay, leave the food there now. And the child has left the food there. The next 5 minutes, you'll come back and say, oh, are you angry because of that thing? Just say sorry now. Are you angry because of that thing that I said to you? Just like that. Or you're now here. I'm your mother. I need to talk to you. And if I don't talk to you, you will not take correction. You have not said sorry. You have not said anything. You're still defending yourself. Parents, please don't defend yourself. Learn to apologize. And make promises that you can keep. This will help you watch yourself, because it will keep you on constant check if you're keeping to your words. We are like book that the children read. So watch yourself. Watch what you say. Keep to your every promises. There's something I said once to my child, and she looked at me and she said, okay, it was, I think, is it 2020 or 2021? And I heard words like, I don't think I will do this again. I don't know why I'm teary. I don't know. But I made a promise to my daughter. It's pertaining her exams, and I knew that period was very, very tough for her. So, but I just told her to pull through. She had some competitions she was going for and lots more. And so she was actually overwhelmed. And her normal school exams was also going on. So she was like, Mom, I'm feeling down. I'm feeling so weak. So just to encourage her, I just said, oh, my dear, my darling daughter, okay, if you can have, I reduced the subject. She has 16 subjects. So I said, if you can have, can just have it all in 10 subjects, I'm going to take you out, or I'm going to do something. I think so I'm going to buy something for her, something like that. She did not, okay. She went to tell her teacher. She was in primary 2 then. She went to tell her teacher and said, my mom said if I have 10 60s, she's going to do something special for me. And so when the exam was over, the teacher called me and said, Ma, we actually did more than your expectation. I said, what happened? She said, oh, your daughter actually had is it 1360s? And she's like 250, then 258 and 159. I was like, wow, that's beautiful. And she said, okay, oh, we have done our part, you understand? And so I did nothing. I did nothing. And when it was time for a primary three, one of our primary three midterm exams, you know, I had forgotten, sincerely speaking, I had forgotten. And then I sat them down and I said, how many of you like burger? And they said they like burger. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to be doing burger for anyone. I'm going to be buying burger for anyone that, you know, did, that would do well in this midterm exams and all that. And you know, my second girl started laughing. And I said, Mommy, you're still owing Sister Chiza. You've not bought her gifts. You're still owing her. You know, at that point, my husband just looked at me. And he just told the children to excuse us, that they should go to their room. And he said, babe, did you promise Chiza anything? I said, I'll have to ask Chiza. It's like, I forgot to know. But I remember. So he called my daughter privately. I was like, wow. Jimmy said, Mommy is owing you a gift. Or is it anything? And she said, Mommy promised if I have 1060s, she was going to do this for me. Oh my God. My husband called me to the room and he said, babes, you don't do this with children. You need to leave them with your word and let them hold you by your words. My God, I felt so disappointed. He said, don't be disappointed. You can correct it. Now, this is 2 weeks before their midterm exams. Why not do it? And you know, he just supported, gave me some money, and like I took them out. And I think she demanded for a particular book. So I just took her out, took her to the bookshop stand, and I was like, okay, pick the book you want. And that was how I settled that. So please, while making promises to your children, don't do the one that you will forget like I did. Do the one that you will remember and you will keep to. Don't promise bicycle when you will not buy bicycle. Please. They will see you as a liar. Imagine, Chiza did not say that. But the younger one said that. The younger one wasn't there when I discussed with her or made such promises to her. But she was disappointed and has related it to her younger ones. So please, keep to your words. Maintain your relationship with your children. And watch what you say to them. Make the promises you can keep. It will help you watch yourself. So they don't get disappointed. They don't get disappointed. And above all, pray for your children. And also, pray about your attitude. Pray for yourself. See, there is nothing God cannot do. There is nothing God cannot change. No situation. If it is too heavy for you, if it's too overwhelming, please run to God. He understands better. He understands better, and he will put an end to that particular situation. Please always keep to your words. Always keep to your words. Integrity will speak when you keep to your words. It will help you build children that will represent you better out there. They will remember to speak truth because their parents are truthful. They will remember to keep to promises because their parents do same. They are watching us. They are watching us. They are also seeing us as their role model. Don't forget that the magic word, please, excuse me, sorry, thank you, pardon me, should be used in your statements. Yes. Teach them to use the magic words. Let them also see it in you. Let them hear it from your words. Oh, pardon me. Please, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Use those words positively. You will be inculcating values that will speak for you and represent you out there. Your children are your representative, and they replicate everything that you do. Watch some of them. They have some of your actions. And please, I am begging you, don't judge them. Don't use words on them. Oh, you have clumsy children. Please, think about it. My first girl, oh, I say my first girl a lot because we had a lot of journey with her. And sometimes I just sit, I will just watch. I say, God, this is me, oh. This is me growing up. Oh, there are some things that you cannot leave in my hands. It will break before you turn back. You know, that's the way they've always seen me. To the point that if something is broken, they will not even think that maybe another person has broken it. It's my name. They will call. Oh, Wumi has broken this again. Until the person that broke it will say, no, it's not Wumi, it's me. Oh. Do you understand? If you have such children in your house, please don't judge them, but teach them how to be careful. Please teach them how to be careful. My first girl was always falling down. She's always falling down. And, you know, some days ago, our younger ones were even laughing at her. Like, be careful in the bedroom so that you will not fall down. And she felt bad. And we're all laughing. I'm like, why are you feeling bad? And she said, Mom, you're laughing at me. But I've stopped falling down. I said, but you kept falling down even until last month. And she started laughing. And, you know, my husband always tell me that his mom said that was how he was, you know, growing up. And he was always, you know, falling down, eating his leg somewhere, and lots more. So, dear parents, please. I'm feeling emotional this night. I don't know why. Let's just, please be careful. The way we do some things to our children. And I'm very sure we've gained a lot tonight. By the grace of God, next week, we'll be talking on ways to change a child's bad behavior. Yes, it's going to be very healthy. Ways to change a child's bad behavior. We're talking about that next week. But there's something I want to tell us parents, especially those that have children that are not your biological children. Maybe you have stepchildren living with you. Please, don't be quick to judge them. Don't be quick to blame them. Always listen to them. there's a child, okay, maybe that's what I remembered, and I'm just feeling this, I'm feeling so emotional. And there's a child that I've been working on for the past 2 years. Even when he graduated from school, secondary school, I still communicate to follow him up. And, you know, all of a sudden, I just realized that the parents have made us lose that child, as in both emotionally, spiritually, and physically, psychologically, and lots more. You know, he was blamed for what he did not do. And that's why when you have children with questionable characters, please watch it. There are times where they have changed. Maybe you have a child that has stolen before or lied to you about something. Please, when the child has changed, the child has changed. Just keep watching the child. But when you keep blaming the child for something the child did not do, the child will want to do it, saying, why am I being blamed for what I did not do? Okay, now let me be doing it now. So if your children have questionable characters, please start the repair and don't condemn them. So this child was accused of stealing something he did not steal, according to him, because I kept pushing him. He said, yes, he has stolen before. He has stolen before, but that doesn't mean that he did that. But he realized that ever since that action of him stealing, he has been blamed for everything that is missing in his father's house. And he's not happy about it. And, you know, the father told him to go and look for it. It was money. I should go and look for the money. And that was how the boy left the house till today. I became worried. I kept telling my husband, I am looking for this boy. I am looking for... He called me at that he's no more in the house and that they drove him out to go and look for the money and all that. This boy is not working. So where will he find such money? But the day he called me, I couldn't get him anymore, and that was it. Not until on Sunday, I was in church and somebody stood by my side. And I turned. I even forgot I was inside the church because I've been looking for this boy. And all of a sudden, he started expressing himself to me. That was not a child I know. He has changed his look. He has, you know, the bad boy group is now his interest. He even, oh Lord, had to do something that he was not supposed to do. Indulged in a criminal act that he was even arrested for. He was telling me this, that Ma, I cannot lie to you. I just have to be open to you. I'm begging you, parents, please don't lose your children forever. And now, he met me where I was today and he said, Ma, I'm going. I only came back to collect my results and I'm leaving. I said, where are you living? He said, I rented a house in a village and the boy has gone. I just told him I will be escorting you with prayers and keep encouraging you with the word of God. This evening he called to tell me he has reached, and I told him, please, remember that you have people that still love and care for you. So daddies and mommies, please, 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 your children with questionable character, there's a point of their life, you know, that they have changed. They have actually taken a new leaf. Please, don't push them to the world. Don't push them to criminal acts. How would that boy survive? Just start imagining all the things I am imagining right now. How is he going to survive? There's so many things he's going to do. Because when I ask him, how are you surviving? He said, what are boys doing to survive? Parents, I'm begging you. Your children are your responsibility. That's what the responsibility God has given you. please help them to live a good and better life. And I pray that God will not let us down. Sorry, I'm this emotional, but the truth is, we see these things every day and we're trying to correct them so that we have a better society. You and I are the society. So please, let's continue to raise our children in love and in the fear of God. God will help us. I'm sure we gain value tonight. And I'm so sure that you will not keep this to yourself alone. You're going to share. Please share. Share this program. Share the links. Whenever we're having programs, please invite a friend. Please invite a friend. Invite somebody out there. People need to listen to this. Please like our page on YouTube, because very soon we are going to be using the YouTube space. So please subscribe to the YouTube page. If you haven't, I'm going to be dropping the link tonight again. So please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much and God bless you. I'm so sure you gain value and thank you for your presence. May the good Lord bless you. And if you're a struggling mom, you're still struggling with some attitude and some character and some behavior, I pray that the Lord God will help you. Even as you go to bed tonight, God himself will visit you and change all it needs to be changed in your life. If you have children with questionable characters, if you have children that you are disturbed about, I pray for them tonight that the Lord will calm every storm in their life and give them the best attitude and behavior. And for those parents struggling with children with slow development, I pray for your children tonight that the divine healing of the Lord will rest upon their life and the grace to live well and sound will rest upon them. And you will not go through pains anymore in the name of Jesus. May the Lord bless your home, bless your family. If you are a single mom and you are struggling with parenting, the Lord God will be your husband and he will sail you through this sea of single parenting. You will not fall by the wayside. If you are a man that is also a single parent, the Lord God will come be your wife and give you the strength to co-parent in the name of Jesus. You will not fall by the wayside. And I pray that the Almighty God will calm every storm in every home. And the peace of God will flow like never before. God bless you. We'll meet same time next week. And I pray that before next week, there will be divine testimonies that you have been a changed parent from how you used to be to a parent that is walking to perfection. God bless you. We'll meet same time next week. Bye. I love you all.